What's up, guys? IFBB Pro Dominic Cardone here. My first official YouTube video. Pardon my appearance. I know I'm looking a bit rough here. Just trained legs today and I haven't gotten a haircut yet, but I didn't want another day to pass by. I needed to get this up already. The words are all fresh in my head. So in this video, I'm basically going to be going over why I stepped away from bodybuilding in 2016 and why I came back and what happened in between. I'm going to try to make an extremely long story short. But what I'm going to do is, little by little, I'm going to take some of these stories and make new videos and go in depth in them so they aren't too long. So on my channel, you're not going to find any drama. You're not going to find bodybuilding news. It's going to be, my experiences, past, present, and future. Me documenting my journey back to this stage, which we're going to get into. And, like I said, anything information, nutrition, supplements, training, just positive stuff that I would like to share with you guys that I hope I can help at least one person out there. So let's, get into it. A lot of you may know my story. A lot of you don't know my story. I've been off the stage since 2016. I turned pro at 21. I won the heavyweight class at Nationals in 2014. I've been competing since I was 16. So basically, my last show was 2016, May. It was a New York Pro, my first and only pro show, and it was a disaster. I was like 205 pounds a day after the show. I lost a lot of weight the whole prep, and last week was just disastrous. My mom went into a coma 6 weeks out. She was dealing with AML, leukemia. 3 weeks out from the show, she passed away. But I finished the prep. My dad encouraged me to, and he said, my mom would have wanted me to finish it. Was it a win or by any means? No, but, we still fight. And after that, I just fell off the grid for a bit. I didn't really know how to handle the emotions of, what me and my family dealt with. I began drinking a lot. I just wasn't really training or doing anything with myself for quite a bit. End of 2016, I kind of started cleaning up my act. I started seeing a therapist. Her name was Marla. She was an amazing woman in Brooklyn. And she, taught me how to deal with these emotions and what I went through. And because I'm a person that... low power mode. I'm a person that usually likes to hold things in, for the most part. But, with things like that, she was just a blessing. And that's what I did. And 2017, I had no intentions of competing. I thought I was going to come back. I tried joining the Army. They didn't let me because I had a hand tattoo. I spent 5 months getting it removed. They still didn't let me in. And I was going because, my two little brothers were in. So I was like, you know what? Maybe a change of path would be good. But I guess God didn't have that in my story. When the 5th month, when I checked in with the recruiter, he just got very nasty with me. I said, fuck this. And I'm like, let me try to go full-time my coaching. I've been coaching since I was 16, which I'll go into another time. My dad was my first client. I went full-time with it in March 2018. From working concrete with my dad to doing that. And I had, some tightness in my back from not training and sitting at my desk. So June 2018, I decided to get back in the gym. And first set of hyperextensions, I came up and I felt a crunch. I seen stars and I knew something was wrong. The next day I couldn't walk. And I thought, hey, I'll just take painkillers for a few weeks till it goes away, which is totally against my beliefs to just put a Band-Aid on things. But, and I did. And basically, a few weeks in, my dad realized something was really, really wrong. The pain was as if somebody was taking a spoon and carving out my spine, and there was electricity attached to it because it was hitting the nerve. It was that bad. I got an MRI, and I was shortly after in surgery for a triple herniation, triple bulging discs with severe stenosis. I actually lost function in my left leg. I had no choice for surgery, and I did. So I was out for a year. I tried training in between. Every time I would train, something would just feel off. August 6th, 2019, I remember just looking at myself in the mirror after I got back from USA's 2019. My client, Jeff Hallenbeck, won his pro card at the middleweights. And I remember just looking at myself and was just disgusted. I looked skinny. I looked really fat. I just didn't look good. I felt weak. So August 6th, 2019, I started training again. And I started growing. Late 2019, I made my first visit to Venice Beach California, trained at Gold's, and I said, you know what? I'm going to leave New York, and I'm going to the West Coast to bodybuild. The environment I was in New York wasn't, I wasn't surrounding myself with like-minded people. Nobody was looking to do anything different with their life, except for a handful of my friends there. New York is a very negative place. Cool place to visit, not a nice place to live anymore. Last minute, I decided I'm not going to go to California, so I came to Vegas. So now I actually moved here 10 days before the pandemic. Go figure. May 2020, my back started going out because I wasn't training because all the gyms are closed. And my dad said, why don't you come home and train? We had a gym, our own gym. And I did. And 3 days in, I get a message on my Facebook. To make a very long story, my house got robbed of everything except my car, my bike, and my furniture. They even took my clothing, my trophies. I have 2 trophies left now. So whatever. Get back in the gym, June 2020. For a few months before that, I started noticing some weird health effects. My stomach was getting distended, stomach pain, constipation, skin issues. June 2020, my pumps went totally away. And then I started losing weight. It was the strangest thing. And this progressively got worse through 2020. And my blood work wasn't showing a thing. Urinalysis wasn't showing a thing. Doctors weren't really finding anything. And I started wondering what the hell is going on. And it just got worse. And then the mental effects came. Severe depression, focus issues. At times I just wanted to isolate myself in my house. It was a very strange feeling. And we're going to get into why I felt these things. And, but yeah, it just got worse. And October 2020 or November, I thought it was Vegas. I thought there was something wrong here. I wasn't happy here. I didn't know too many people here. And I tell my dad, and he's like, I was going to move to Florida. And he's like, you know who you should talk to? You should talk to Flex Lewis. And I first met Flex when I was 18 when we were both sponsored by Gaspari. We were never close before that, but he always did look out for me from afar through social media. So I messaged him. I said, hey, bro, I'm thinking about moving to Florida. Long story short, what do you think? And he says, call me. And I call him and, I tell him what's going on. And he basically said, you're not going anywhere. I'm coming to Vegas with my family, bringing my gym, so stay. And that phone call was life-changing. And that phone call most likely saved my life. And I'm not exaggerating what you guys are about to see. So now I'm really excited, this and that, but my health is still getting worse. And nobody can figure out what was wrong with me. So Flex moves here. He hooks me up with a gut specialist. He had some gut issues that he's been public about. He hooked me up with this specialist, and we ran blood, stool, and urine. And what was found was I had mercury poisoning. It was off the fucking charts. I've been a big fish eater my whole life, sushi, since, I was a kid, especially being a bodybuilder. It's fish and rice. But also when I moved to Vegas, I was eating it very frequently because we have all the all-you-can-eats. I was replacing my protein sources with the packs of tuna, the flavored ones, because they're very easy to eat and very light on my stomach. But that's basically what happened. The mental effects got so bad to the point where I apologize, if this may be too graphic or, I know it may trigger some people. I'll be sitting on my couch or laying on my bed and driving, and these weird thoughts are just coming to my head, and I would think of ways to end my life, which is completely unlike me because I wasn't raised that way. But that's what it does. I'm going to make another video going more in depth on mercury poisoning because it is something that needs way more awareness in this country because our medical system doesn't recognize it. I had to pay for everything out of pocket because for some reason it's just not a real thing in this country. Go figure. So anyways, he changed up my diet. I stopped eating fish. I got in touch with Jason Huh. Big shout out to Jason. I mean, if I didn't talk to him, I wouldn't have known what direction to go with the mercury. And he told me what type of doctor to get in touch with, what to ask for, what to do, what to expect, because he had it years ago. And I did. So June 2020, I started my treatment. That ended November 2020. From June till about September, I didn't train much. I wanted to heal. Me and my girlfriend traveled a lot to the shows and spent time together. And she just really just supported me. I don't know what I would have did without her, because she just truly, I mean, what went on behind the scenes with that treatment and how I felt wasn't pretty. Again, I'll go into details on it, but she was so supportive. And Flex was too. I mean, I don't know how they both could stand me with all the complaining I did. And I was like, I was going crazy. But the one thing is I never, even before I had knew what it was, even during the treatment, I was always constantly looking and searching for answers on how to feel better, on what went wrong and this and that. So it was one massive learning experience. But there was times that, I thought my bodybuilding career would be in question. Started training with Flex in October. And, he was kicking my ass. Of course, for a few months I didn't progress. I was still coming with my treatment and my body was healing. December to January, recently, is when things started to turn around. And then end of January, I really started to kind of feel like my old self. As you can see, my face is pretty bloated, which is normal for me off season. It wasn't really happening before for some reason. I've now put on almost 40 pounds. I'm up to about 286, not the prettiest 286, but my off seasons were never pretty. So I would like to stay around this weight and just recomp and grow throughout the year and fill into my weight. In terms of doing a show, it's going to happen. When I was a teenager, my dream was to be Mr. Olympia. I stepped away, and what I realized from my time away from the sport was bodybuilding isn't what I'm doing for a living, isn't what I'm going to do for a living. It's who I am, truly. I've done it my whole life. And, I also want to set an example to, again, maybe somebody will find themselves in my shoes. I hope not. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And, if you just really strive and you truly tap into your heart and find that will, we can all persevere. And I think we all need a lesson of persevering, especially in today's day and age where we're taught to run away from our problems. And in my family, that was never an option. Especially, watching my mom go through cancer. She was just a fucking warrior. She was a beast to her last breath, literally. So how can I, back surgery, alcohol, whatever the fuck, depression and mercury poisoning, sit here and give up when, I watched my own mother, the person that gave birth to me, literally fight to her last breath. And out there right now is another mother, a husband, a father, a wife fighting for their life right now. So, giving up isn't an option. And I've seen the comments online of what people have to say about me, and it's been very few. I have had more support even during these times than I never expected. But the few that has said I am washed up, that I'm done, I've been bullshitting people. Yes, I've spent almost 40 grand in bullshitting people with my health issues. I have all these tests that have been bullshitting people. But it's okay. You know what? I have had a long time away. I announced throughout the years I was coming back, and it didn't happen, but it's going to come back now. It would be disrespectful not only to myself, but to the people that believe in me. And, when I was a kid, I had a dream to be the best in the world at this. And I have that fire again and that desire. And I have the best support team in the world behind me. And I got the best fucking guardian angel pushing me. And it's going to happen one day. So in terms of picking a show, I don't have one yet. I am having so much fun training, so much fun progressing. We are just me, Flex, Rafael Brandejo's in town. We are all just fucking killing it. And the energy in the Dragon's Lair gym, which I have to make a video just on the gym for you guys. I'm going to give you guys a gym tour. Is just second to none. So I'm going to let Flex and my coach AJ Sims pick my show when the time is right. Either it be the end of this year or early next year. We'll see. Right now, I'm just going to keep progressing. I was never one that needed a show to be motivated. I love bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is who I am. These people that start a prep, they're all over social media, filming, doing this. I love bodybuilding. Then there's crickets for the rest of the year. So that's another example I want to set out to people that may be following and my clients is that, this is a year-long, endeavor. You have to truly keep at it and just never give up and never let off the gas in certain aspects. But I am coming back, and it's going to happen. And I'm going to show the world that with true will and perseverance that, we can all come out on top as long as we don't let adversity or anything, overcome us. I feel, in the heart of every brave man or woman that there was a lion or a lioness, to be, technical. But it's going to happen. That lifelong dream will come true. So I'm going to keep you guys updated along my journey on my Instagram, on my YouTube channel. You can expect, like I said, videos of training, nutrition, supplements, in the gym, outside of the gym, me and my girlfriend traveling, whatever it is. We're going to have fun doing this. And I can't wait for the day that I stand on that stage at my absolute best. And we're going to do this. This is going to happen. And that's really it. So like I said, you guys can expect smaller videos, more detailed videos of these small little events that happened over time. My goal is to help somebody out there. But yeah, that's really it. I'm going to stop rambling on. Next time I'll have my camera. I can't find my camera charger, but I didn't want to wait another day. So I have to say it, like, subscribe. Please feel free to share this. We haven't even begun. I have become tired of using old pictures and saying I turned pro at 21. It's time to earn more trophies and titles as a pro and truly shock the world and solidify myself as one of the best in the world one day. And it will happen. If you made it to the end, guys, I truly appreciate your support. It really does mean a lot to me, because I have been gone for a while. So again, thank you. Like, subscribe, share, and let's do this.